And we're live. And I got the links out before the show started.
Because you're a fucking stud. That's why you're learning. You're learning.
We're all learning here. We're all getting better at this stuff.
Absolutely. Not doing too bad. How's it going, buddy? How's it going?
I'm okay. There's some stuff going on in my life that we might get into in a bit that I might
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. You're having what I call a Northern Ontario problem, and I'll explain to you what the Northern Ontario problem is, and yet again I'll talk about my time down south to the time up north and things you just don't do. We're in better quality now. Look at that. You look good. You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
You have a Phase 4 480. I tell you that much right now. 480.
Thanks.
No problem. Hey, man, I'm HD. I'm all good. Look at that. Nice beard. Doesn't look so patchy. Got myself a little haircut with my receding hairline.
I'm HD too. Because when you're this jacked, you're always high definition.
Dude, that's like Bugs Bunny. Like you're down here. You're down here. You're flapping the fat down here.
What is that? All right, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. All right, man. So we don't have a lot of shit we got to break down today. No. We got some stuff we're gonna talk about, but we're not gonna be going too deep into the news because I don't think there's too much.
Just gonna be a fun show today. Not as many trending topics, but just a fun show for everybody.
I think there is some trending topics that we can touch on, and I think we're gonna have a good time with.
Sure.
Perfect. So I want to get this out of the way. You want to start a Facebook fan page. Yeah. Not a group that we have now, a group that I love because I love the interaction and I love what everybody tells us. I love that shit. Mm-hmm. But you want to do a Facebook fan page.
I do. I really do. I really, really do. I love the group and I love what we have. And I don't want to sacrifice that group. I love, to me, the group is the intimate and interactive as from our high school years. But really, it is the intimate, interactive portion of our show where people can find stories that they think
that us two idiots could talk about. Maybe I get fired up and give them a hot take.
Maybe I get fired up.
You get fired. Yeah, you get fired up. You're like a lighter, little Bic lighter. That's all you are.
What does that even mean? I'm fired up about something, but
you're fired up, and I was laughing last night, and I got fired up after we got off the phone yesterday.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Okay, hang on. No. Okay, go ahead. Facebook group. I thought you were going into your personal life.
No,
we'll go into your personal life and sexuality and glory holes and things of that nature later on. But continue on.
2020, man. This is
what 2020. Everybody knows your sexuality. I don't understand what's going on here.
I think making fun of someone's sexuality in 2020 is a little silly, but
I'm not making fun of your I'm not making fun of your sexuality. I whatever you do, man, I support you. I've been doing it for years. I might as well continue to do so.
Okay.
Continue with the Facebook page.
So I think a Facebook page is a good idea because it will put out whatever content we create, it'll put it out more. Whereas the group, it curates an audience and only sends it to that audience, and it doesn't send it to anyone outside of the group.
The audience I love. We're at almost at 300. We're almost at 300 in a month, which isn't bad.
I didn't even realize it was that high. Wow.
Yeah, we're not too bad off. Like I told you earlier, I wanted to get it to 500, and then I want to keep that group. Mm-hmm. That small group, I want to keep that group, and that's where I want to pull the content from. Okay. But I want to have a fan page so that if Joe from Iowa is watching this and he loves our fan page and likes that, that's what I want. But I want our original fans that are watching the videos and sending me Facebook love and Snapchats and all that stuff. That's what I want to keep. I want to keep that because to me, that's what I love.
Did you see that we have people making memes now?
I did. I just literally shared one to say that I was a new spokes. As she says that, today's podcast is brought to you by Crown Royal.
Crown Royal, that's right.
Because they were all sold out of Pink Whitney in my liquor store. My liquor store looked like it was just looted last night. Like I went in and there was 2 bottles of Crown Royal left. 2 bottles of Crown left. I'm like, how's only 2 bottles of Crown Royal left? Well, we were busy yesterday. Would you have 7 people?
COVID.
Give me a break.
CERB.
I think that's ending soon, is it not? The CERB check.
I think that everybody got their last CERB check in the last couple of days, and they spent it all on alcohol.
I'm so excited to buy cheap goods coming up. I am excited for that. Don't go to a hawk shop. Message me. I'll buy your shit. God damn it, man. Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I'm glad CERB's gone because I lost money.
Glad it's gone?
I lost money on CERB.
That's true. I did too.
I lost money. Like that's when they said, like when I applied for EI, one day before, if I would have got laid off one day before, I would have got EI instead of CERB.
Yeah.
So we figured like I lost quite a bit of money. I'm like, what are you going to do? You got to, everybody's in it. It helped out a lot of people, which is good. But coming up tax time, man, a lot of people are going to be in deep trouble.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be one of them. It helped out a lot of people, but it's going to kick them in the ass in the end.
It's going to become a hindrance, and I think that'll end the Trudeau government.
Well, I don't know. We'll see how this plays out.
Well, I don't want to get too political tonight because I still got some stuff I got to talk about. The third greatest, richest third world country in the world, the United States. I got some stuff.
They're not a third world country. I don't know why you keep saying that.
Dude, everything about them is a third world country. They have
define a third world country.
They have fucking horrible education.
Okay.
Not everybody's entitled to health care.
That's true. That is a little bit silly these days.
They have a leader who wants to be part of the free world and make his world the greatest, but at the same time, his other people want to make it more of a communist-like country. They're in total tirade. All they do is loot. I mean, Jesus Christ, everything on there today is an absolute fucking joke in the States. Everything's on fire. Dude, like, I don't even want to start. We'll get into that later. What'd you think about last week's show? Last week's show was a quick one. It was an hour. We had some good times. I think I enjoyed it.
I liked a lot about our last show because for me, this is I like editing. Editing for me it gives me the same sort of satisfaction that playing video games.
Nobody wants to know about what you satisfy yourself to.
I can't even get a word in edgewise without you taking a shot at me.
Not gonna lie, it's pretty easy.
For me, because you just cherry pick stupid things, but whatever. So
continue.
For me, I get the same satisfaction out of editing that I used to get out of playing video games. And last week, I had a whole lot of stuff that I could edit into small clips and put out there.
Yeah, and you've been doing a great job. I love everything you do. You've been doing great stuff, and I think that you are the hero of this. I am along for the ride and giving my 2 cents and yelling and getting fired up. Like apparently, I was the hell is that guy's name? That stupid right wing from. What'd they call me?
Ben Shapiro?
No, the idiot, Alex Jones.
Oh, Alex Jones, that's right.
A little Alex Jones in me last week. That's why I was like, you know what? Now that you mention it, I was kind of going a little crazy because certain things really mess with you. Yeah, when you start thinking about things, you're like,
you're definitely channeling your Alex Jones. You would do a good impression of Alex Jones, I think.
I do, but I don't want to go too far as much as he has. That guy has had one.
Is he really a right winger? I think he's more of like a crazy kook.
He'll find anything, like any type of rabbit hole to go down, and he'll go down. Like when you watch, like I use Facebook as an example. When you use Facebook and you watch one video, and then an hour later, the videos are just cycling through, and you're like, I just wasted an hour going through rabbit holes of videos of like golden buzzers on America's Got Talent or whatever you're watching 80s wrestling clips, and it's always 80s wrestling clips. And it's ridiculous. You're like, well, there goes an hour and a half of my life that I'm never going to get back. And my phone's at 3%. And that means I can't get onto Pornhub right now. So I have to charge my phone.
There goes decades of my life watching 80s wrestling. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. For them, and 90s. I love it.
And 90s, yeah. Oh,
I do. For the people that are watching now, we will be talking a bit more about wrestling this week. Not because a lot of things have happened that I want to kind of touch base on.
Well, there's one trending story that I think even if you're not a wrestling fan, you're going to enjoy hearing a little bit about.
Yep. I just want to touch base on the XFL. I want to cover something from last week's show. The XFL. So The Rock bought the XFL with the first, and this doesn't get enough play. It's the first colored league owner.
See, I've heard that thrown around. I don't know if that's true though.
Who else owns what?
I don't know.
What other person of what other? I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound a little racist. What other non-white owns a league, runs a league? Like I'm all ears, man. I'm all ears.
Man, you're asking the wrong guy. I don't follow sports enough to tell you.
I know.
It just feels like 2020, and this is the first black person to own
a league, not a team. League. He owns the whole league. That's what I'm trying to get at. And he didn't buy it for a lot. So it's a league. It's somewhat. I found it was entertaining again. Last year I found it really entertaining. I really enjoyed the league. I honestly think that with The Rock, insider information that The
Do you have
Rock.
insider information?
I may have some insider.
Do you know The Rock?
I don't know The Rock, but I know some people. I know some people in the industry.
You know some people that know The Rock?
They are saying that
Sure.
when it comes back next year, Colin Kaepernick will be a starting quarterback.
Oh, that'd be interesting. I mean, I don't know any other players other than Colin Kaepernick, but
exactly. So they're saying that The Rock will use. He won't be able to pay them, but he will use his influence through the movies to kind of like a bonus. Like when you get like an endorsement deal, you would say, "Okay, I'll give you a shot on Ballers or my Fast and the Furious 42 or Jumanji 84." The guy's just got to quit. I love Jumanji, so I really do, but it's got to.
What the hell? My brother has a question for us.
Hey, if you're going the speed of light and then turn the flashlight and point it towards.
Hey, if you're going the speed of light, then turn on a flashlight and point it forward. What happens?
What happens is that we're not going to debate this on the air. Like, this is ridiculous.
I think that what happens is the light does not move forward because you're going the speed of light.
Dude,
so
I was making a point about. Okay, this is white privilege. In white privilege just happened, and you two little bastards didn't even realize it.
What?
I was talking about a black man owning a.
Why's it got to be about race?
Then we were bringing back Colin Kaepernick, and I had some information, and then you went shiny things. I'm white, and you got rid of it. That's unacceptable.
It's got nothing to do with being white. It's all attention deficit disorder.
No, you can't come at me with that. I'm trying to give somebody a little bit more time on the XFL and man of color who needs to be. Everybody needs to be brought up, and you guys are talking about quantum physics that you guys don't even understand.
I understand it.
So you white privilege this yet again. I'm just getting censored. I'm getting censored now. I'm getting censored now. Here we go. Censor time. Look at you out there. Why? Because I want to talk about something that I feel passionate about. And you're going, a couple of colored guys doesn't really matter. You were
starting to put me to sleep with this football talk. I'm not going to lie.
I was literally brought somebody up that you could do it. Honestly, I was bringing something up that you knew. You know Colin Kaepernick. You knew what he started and what he did. Yeah. And you went and white privileged me. That's unacceptable.
Listen, somebody put something in the chat. I acknowledged it. It's got nothing. It's not a black or white thing.
I'm talking
it's
about
not
that.
a black or white thing.
That's two white guys trying to trump two black guys. That's exactly what just happened. Watch the playback later, you jackass. Now you got me all fucking fired up. I'm going to stab you in the face.
The Rock at anything ever. I don't know about Colin Kaepernick, but The Rock we will never trump at anything ever.
All right, you know what? I'm done with you. You want to talk about your little quantum physics? Let's do it, you jackasses. Now go ahead. Now I'm all fired up. Now everything else is going to be ruined. It's all your fault. Fucking white privilege bastards.
It's so easy to ruin your day. I don't know how I do it.
Just looking at your face ruins my day.
All right, so Colin Kaepernick is going to be in the XFL.
That's what I'm calling it right now. I'm calling he will be. And then what also is going to happen is The Rock will also take I'm thinking he'll have inner cities and he'll have people from there come up and join his league. Is what I'm thinking. So it's not going to be a full black league. It's just he's going to go and find players that other teams or other places can't get players. I think it's going to do great things for the sports community. So
the other thing that I wanted to revisit is Danny Garcia is pissed off that everybody's talking about The Rock buying the XFL instead of her. She's going, I'm the first female owner of a la-la-la-la-la. Bitch, it's The Rock.
Okay, calm down. Keep it in your pants, sunshine.
Well,
Jesus Christ. Listen, we all got excited for The Rock. He's like the most fucking loved guy in the world.
It's The Rock. No offense, but The Rock's ex-wife doesn't exactly make headlines.
She couldn't keep The Rock happy. The Rock went back with his high school sweetheart, honey. Pancake your ass out of here. That's what The Rock told her.
All I'm saying is if you're upset that The Rock is getting more headlines than you and you're only really famous for being The Rock's wife, maybe you gotta know your role here.
Oh, MMA holes. Thank you
MMA holes. Do you know these guys?
No, but this is something else I want to say right now. It is greater than the Ellen Show. I want to touch base on the Ellen Show. Do you know Ellen? the first lesbian actor? Okay.
I just want to give a shout out to my friend, the MMA holes. I'm glad to see you guys watching. Thanks, guys. They have an awesome show. Check out their show if you like MMA.
A big ass bunch of white guys.
Wonderful,
you just
wonderful.
Me again?
Wonderful.
I know. All right. I love these guys. I don't know who they are. I love them. Here, Ellen DeGeneres. Looks like she's walking away or canceling her show. Have you ever watched the Ellen Show?
No.
She's right up your alley. She's a white girl. I know you don't
I know
like...
who Ellen is, but I've never watched her talk show. I'm aware
Apparently, she is the biggest see you next Tuesday in the world when it comes towards her stuff.
Well, here's what I've heard is there's a bit of like Ellen being a bit of a cunt to people.
Oh, see you next Tuesday. That's a sensitive word.
We don't have kids watching. So
you never know. Little bit. You know what? With language like that, we're never going to be allowed to. What would your mother say?
That's a good thing, man. We should not have kids watching this show. You know that. We should never allow kids to watch the show. With that said, there's a little bit of a story of like Ellen being cold and not as friendly as she appears on television. But the bigger story is her producers sexually assaulting people and producers are doing terrible things.
Let me just say what her fucking turning point was. And I don't know if a lot of people picked up on this. And this is how fucking crazy the fucking asshole like that guy on the left is. His whole fucking side of the political party.
Asshole like that guy.
You know what, man? I'm trying to figure out which side now I'm doing the hand jive. Fucking back to Grease Lightning. But I won't talk about that because you're going to get excited about white guys dancing. But anyways, nothing really came of it until she was seen with George W. Bush.
Okay.
Who's like Captain Right Wing, who everybody hates because they sent all the staff off. Then everything started going against Ellen because Ellen stood up for it. Ellen said he's a nice guy. I like him. I was with the Obamas, and he was there, and we all get along, and we were at a game together. And they were like, no, there's no chance of that. Then all these bad things started coming out. But how she hasn't been pulled yet, I'm not too sure.
So you think the lefties are turning on Ellen because she's secretly a righty?
Correct.
Tell me that Ellen DeGeneres is not a right-winger.
She's not. Absolutely. Everything about her, like, if she came out and was a lesbian Trump supporter, heads would explode. Oh my, how awesome would that be though?
It wouldn't be awesome. I don't want anybody to support Trump. That guy's a bad dude.
Is that I'm not getting anyone out.
He's a bad dude. Just say it.
No, he's not saying it. I refuse.
Why do you refuse? You know he's a bad guy.
Adam, there's something in the world called you respect the rank, not the person. He's the fucking president of the United States.
No.
Absolutely,
you respect the rank and not the person. I have never disagreed with a statement more in my life. You respect the man. You respect the man for who he is, not for what rank he has.
You respect the fucking rank, and that's a military thing, dude. You can fucking bat your eyes on it, but if you're on the fucking field of war and your leader tells you that you're gonna fucking run straight ahead and you're gonna run into that fucking bush, and you don't. You're going to get fucking shot. You support the fucking, you always show love to the rank, not the person. Listen, I don't like our fucking prime minister right now, but I'm not going to disrespect him. I'm going to support him because of who he is.
Okay.
I'm not going to fucking sit around and
I understand the concept of doing your job and doing what you're told and insubordination, whatever. Still doesn't mean I like him as a man. And that's, to me, more important.
Okay. You don't have to like him as a man, but you got to respect the position he's in. He's the president of the United States.
Yeah, but he's not our president. We live in Canada.
No, he's not our president. Then why the fuck does everybody care what he does? We're fucking Canada.
Why everybody cares what he does? I'll tell you exactly why everybody cares what he does. I am a machinist, right? And in the news, Trump has implemented tariffs on aluminum. And this time he didn't do it on steel. But the last time he implemented tariffs on aluminum and steel, 20 guys in my job lost their job.
Absolutely. But our kitty cat, I'm going to call him a pussy cat, and you can take your own goddamn words on it. What does he do? Turn the fucking water taps off in the fucking hydro we're paying down there. Grow a set of nuts, fucking moron. You want to get into me with that shit? We can play tit for tat all the fuck you want. All I'm telling you is turn off every natural resource that goes to those sons of bitches, and all of a sudden now we're the good guys. We're going to be the fucking powerhouse. Don't fucking come at me with that shit. If we had somebody with a set of balls in office, that would be in a lot fucking different position. Who's got balls? Our girl Trudeau? That guy fucking wants no balls in his fucking mouth.
Implementing tariffs back onto Trump. So how can you say he doesn't have any balls?
What kind of tariffs are we doing it on? Fucking American water?
Tit for tat.
Tit for tat. There's nothing that'll affect them. You have to take their biggest import and then fucking get rid of that. I fucking hate you right now.
Hey, my my brother says he got stabbed.
I don't care.
What? Of course you care. Trev, why did you get stabbed?
Why? Because he supported Trudeau. That's why he got stabbed.
I might have to go fight somebody. I'm sorry,
Good.
John.
Let me run. Just leave the stream run. Let me go for an hour and a half. You come back and see what happens. 17 million views. Everybody loves me.
Okay, well, this seems like a good time to talk about my neighbor, actually, who I might have to fucking stab.
Okay.
Yeah, now you're going to get all fired up on my side.
I'm getting all fired up on your side, buddy. This is how quickly I changed with you.
I'm harnessing the energy like a laser and putting it into my favor now. All right.
Absolutely. So here's what I'm going to do. You tell the story. I'm going to finish my drink, pour another one as I listen.
Long story short, I have some shrubs on the side of my house, right beside my neighbor's driveway. And I understand that it's reasonable that sometimes your shrubs might grow into the neighbor's yard and they might need to trim it. That's all fine and dandy. I'm working the night shift. As you guys know, I work a lot of weird shifts. And
you guys don't work.
What's that?
Who gives a fuck what you work? Continue
well,
with the story.
Just context to when I woke up in the middle of the day or whatever, and I go outside and I leave work, and I notice that my shrubs have been trimmed. And I don't mean trimmed. I'll give you a picture for context as to what I fucking mean. That's
okay, just so people, let me just go into a little descriptive here. As Adam, just hold that there. So right there, you can kind of see where it's brown and there's no grass. Yeah. Adam had a full shrub there that his neighbor pulled out. So okay, that's just giving you context. When you watch back this, we'll have a full photo on the screen. Continue, Adam.
So that's, if you see those little white spots on the bottom, that's where he cut right at the fucking roots. So I don't know what fucking recourse I even have. This is clearly on my property, and like it's illegal. But if I call the cops, they're just gonna go, "Yeah, he shouldn't have done that." Sorry, man.
All right. So, want my opinion on what we're gonna do as retaliation?
We're gonna do. My answer was I
have ideas. I'm gonna give you a few ideas. You take the best one. I'll tell you which one we're gonna do.
Okay.
Okay.
Smash, because we're right now. I'm freaking.
We can't, dude. We're fucking 40. I don't even know if I have the punching power I do in my fucking 20s anymore.
You don't have to do it, man. I'll do it myself.
Well, yeah, but you can't go down without you. I don't got a fucking partner in crime. I'm gonna end up with Trev tarpless on his phone, hacking darts and looking at his charger. I can't have that, man. Here's some recourse you have.
Okay.
Now, you can go to the city.
Okay.
Tell them you want that replaced.
I don't know if they'll back me up on that.
Hang on. It is destruction of property.
It is. It absolutely is.
It absolutely is. So it's like, what if you built here's something I was thinking about yesterday. So what if we just took all those shrubs out and built a fence?
Yeah.
Oh, no, hear me out. We take your property line and we put your fence 1 foot off your property line. Like onto your property line. Onto your property line.
On mine, okay.
On yours, okay? Buddy goes, that's a great idea. I want to add on to it. The minute that motherfucker adds onto that fucking fence, we tear that cocksucker down because it's on your property. Okay? That's one. Now, down south, if you ripped out a fucking tree down here, oh, man, the tree huggers, you'd have a fucking protest.
Yeah? Let's have a fucking protest in my house. Let's organize it.
Now, is it a American peaceful protest? That means we can burn shit down.
Buddy's going to be out with an AK-47 and his girlfriend's going to be with a little fucking...
Oh, a little fucking potato masher there. Yeah. A little fucking potato... Pew, pew, pew. I don't know. Here's what I thought of as well.
Okay.
This is the one I want to go with. Whoever's watching this, if you have a business, I've got some things I can sell you. I want to build... That looks about 7 feet. Am I mistaken on that? 7 feet?
It's probably, maybe.
Let's go 7. Let's go with 7.
Sure.
7 feet by 25. And I just want a billboard right there of my face looking at his end like a mug. And he just goes, what the fuck is that? Tear my face down, you motherfucker. Go ahead. That's what we got to do. We want to build a wall. Now we're going to follow Trump. We're going to build a wall, Adam. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to put my mug on that wall.
Never touch it again. I got to shoot that down based on only the principle that it might be interpreted as supporting Trump.
I'm a North Bay legend. My mug in North Bay, when I would have people crying at it because I'm gone. They love me. I'm telling you. I'm the next fucking mayor. We've already discussed this. Or we burn his house down. One of the two.
Well, the thought
burning his house down? No, don't get burn his house down.
I'll be honest. There are two thoughts that came to my mind. Firstly,
a big billboard in my face.
I don't think that's going to fly.
I'll pay for it.
You want to pay for a billboard, whatever. But I don't think that's going to.
At your house, though, like I want that
sure,
7 by 42. Sure. Oh, dude, I'm making a phone
call. So there are two thoughts that came across that I need to do. One is I need to smash this guy next time I see him. Like, fucking, all right, buddy, it's fucking on. You fucking destroyed my property, so I'm going to fucking take it out on you. The other one is that since I am working shift work and I get off at midnight, maybe next week I take a chainsaw and about 3 a.m, I cut down one of his fucking trees. And since I can't do anything about him cutting down my tree,
what the fuck did the trees do?
About my fucking tree.
What did the trees do to deserve this? I don't understand.
They got on his property. I don't know, man. They're just caught in the crossfire here. I don't know what to do. I don't have a reasonable answer. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, then I'd honestly go to the city and just go, this is what the fuck
happened.
Why can't they? Dude, look at the fucking asshole that's down on Castle Street that just bought another property. He's got the shittiest house. Like he's got the biggest eyesore in Canada. He's so bad, Canadian pickers made fun of him on national TV. Like, and they can't do anything about that. And this fucking guy next to you rips down your fucking shrub. If that's the case, then go. If the city ain't gonna do shit, then go over to Sergei's house and touch his shit and watch how fucking fast that happens. Dude, you can't destroy property. That's what I'm trying to get at. Doesn't matter if it's a fucking tree. Because if it's a tree, then it's the next one after that because he doesn't like it. It's the next one after that. It's the next one after that. You can't do shit. Taking him to small claims court is a fucking joke because that little cocksucker's not going to fucking show up anyways. But what you can do is you can really be an asshole. If you want, I can go have a COVID party up there. Like, I'm sure I got time. I got vacation time. I'll take vacation time. I'll roll up there. I got time. You know,
you're just gonna cough on them all fucking week or what?
Fuck that fireworks display like nobody's business at 1 o'clock in the morning, my friend.
Well,
we're gonna have. I'll take the $750 fine. We'll have North Bay's biggest outdoor fucking party they've seen in years. I'll get DJs and hot dogs and fireworks. We'll piss this guy off so bad, I'll go on a 3-day bender. This guy will fucking move to fucking Iraq before he'll fucking even think of looking at your shrubs. He won't even look at your shrubs.
I'm game, man. Right now, I'm saying that the law is not going to help me out on this. Small claims court, hey, that's a wonderful suggestion. It ain't going to fucking
work. And your fucking mayor doesn't give a fuck because he's stuck out in Calendar with his head up his ass and has no idea what street you live on.
I'll tell you this much, man. The amount of fights that I've seen you get into and the cops don't do shit. The amount of times I've seen people getting broken into, the cops don't do shit. We've talked about all this on the show. And I go, hey, my little fucking shrub got cut down. I want some recourse. They're going to go, it's not as big a deal as some of the other stuff we ignore.
You know what? Maybe that's what they want to do because they don't want to get their hands dirty. They could just go up and go destruction of property and say, I want that fucking guy. That's what I want. Because we know in North Bay, I'm going to say this, they steal bikes. Like the minute you buy a bike, it's already been stolen. Like that's how good they are. And then they chop it up in front of the fucking bowling alley in that little ghetto over there that should be fucking torn down. But that little ghetto, I believe, is owned by a city councilman, which I'm not going to get into on the air.
I didn't know that.
So, yeah, or a former councilman or a councilman's mom or dad or something like that.
Wow.
I'm not getting into that at all tonight. But all I'm saying to you is that if the North Bay City Police won't do shit, you tell them to go fuck themselves, piss on their fucking building, and leave. Then go cut down their shrub and see what the fuck they do to you. Because then that means if that's the case, I could just, if I need firewood for my little fire, I could just cut down anybody's fucking property. If I like, you know, if I want to get Rob's elm tree, I'm going to go get Rob's elm tree. If I want to go to People Kind's house and I want to steal his siding, where does it stop? It doesn't stop. It's destruction of private property.
Hey,
and continue. Go ahead. No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying is if he can get away with destruction of property for me, I can go tit for tat with him. 3 a.m, I cut down something of his. Maybe I cut down his fucking porch or something. I don't know.
What if we just lit the bushes on fire? What if we just lit the bushes on fire?
Maybe we got to do that.
Like a big
Just
fire department shows up and go, it would have been bigger, but like dickhead cut one next door.
Hopefully he doesn't have any ammonium nitrate stored there, though.
Too soon. Too soon. Yet again, I just as with that's even low for me, my friend. Just praise out for Lebanon. That's Beirut. That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. It's terrible. It's terrible.
There's some stuff coming out on that I think that government is about to get taken over by the United States, but I'm not going to. Yeah, no, this is a good question by people kind. Do you have a beef with this neighbor at all? Did you sleep with his girlfriend? Did you?
No, I got no beef with him.
You don't drink, so I can't be like you were out all hammered on the front deck, just waving your hammer. Woo!
He's had a few parties. I haven't called the cops on him. I've had a couple parties. He hasn't called the cops on me. It's been a pretty peaceful. You do your shit, I do my shit, kind of.
Is he between you and our other buddy?
No, he's right next door to me.
But he's
he's the other way.
Okay.
Toward Lansdowne, which I don't really like. I just gave out where I live. Whatever, fuck.
Whatever. Nobody's coming to your house. You're not that famous. But if I put my mug in your house, they know exactly where you live. But you were cool with that if I was going to pay for it.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah, no, but like I'm just saying, like, well, let's do it then. Let's see what happens.
What do you want to do? You want to fuck him up? I might fuck him up. I think I have to.
Or fuck him up, or you can call the cops and say you keep seeing elementary school kids going into his house. Or really fuck him up.
I'm not doing that. That's.
Well, you won't touch your shrubs. Have you knocked on his door? No, don't knock on his door. Wait till I'm there. I'll knock on his door for you.
I haven't knocked on his door because if I knock on his door and I don't like
what if we rang his doorbell at 2:00 in the morning and ran away? Is that still a thing? I don't know if that's still
not really gonna get the point across. I haven't talked to the guy, and I know at some point I need to. I'm just a little bit afraid that I won't be able to control my anger when I do fucking finally.
You're about as scary as a fucking box of kittens.
Yeah, well, you
haven't
seen me when I'm mad. Actually, I think you might have a few times.
Okay, sure, Adam. Watch out, he's mad.
Anyway.
Anywho, you're going out of focus, so am I. You ever get hit in the face with a hot dog?
No, can't say that I have. How about you?
No, I believe the glory hole has blocked me from getting hit in the face with a hot dog. A woman out in, it looks like Victoria, was kind of just chilling, walking on the road, and got hit in the face with a hot dog. The wiener itself just got right in the face. Like she had just clicked her. Like in Victoria, they're so ahead of the game that when she clicked that status to single, literal hot dogs hit her in the face. Like that's exactly what happens in Victoria. Can you imagine, like, besides, like, if you get hit in the face with a fist, you're like, all right, I got into a fight, I'm okay with that. That's a son of a bitch to get hit in the fucking face with, man. You imagine that though? Like, what were you? And then like trying to put a police report through. What happened? The black guy got hit with that, hit in the face with a hot dog. Glory hole? Question mark. It is BC, so question marks are out there. You're kidding me? Got hit in the face with a hot dog. Literally got hit in the face with a hot dog.
Hit in the face with a hot dog. Guys are just throwing it.
I've hit somebody in the face with a clementine. I really have. I'm trying to think of stupid things I've seen people get hit with. A hot dog. I hope it was a Nathan's hot dog. That was a good one. Hope not like a Top Dog. Like those are garbage. But I hope it was a good hot dog.
Do you remember my first day at Whitfield, what we did to Mr. Goff?
Nope.
Maybe we shouldn't say it on the air. Never mind.
Because you're a fucking cocksucker. That's why.
Why?
For the record, if anybody knows that man, he is a great man.
He is a great man.
I love that man. I love that man.
I like that guy.
I really, honestly, I've had a few pints with that guy. He's one of the fucking few teachers I've had in my lifetime that I've really enjoyed. I've really enjoyed my time with that man. I really want to touch base on this autistic child and family getting kicked out of the Disney place. I believe it was in Niagara. Is it Niagara?
Oh, yeah, I read about that in the group chat. Somebody put that out in the group chat.
I think it might have been me. I'm just going to double check to make sure I get the right area. Because what are we living in? What kind of fucking world are we living in right now? Like, dude, it pisses me off so much. I'm just kind of scrolling down here. Hot dog, airborne hot dog strikes Greater Victoria pedestrian. You imagine that? That's my favorite story of the week, I think.
Why is that your favorite story?
Why is that my favorite story? My favorite story. The reason that's my favorite story, Adam, I just see this poor woman. I hope she was on a walk of shame. and like, pow, right in the face with a hot dog. And she just fucking took it. Just started crying. Windsor, Ontario family said they were told to leave a Disney store in London's FC Mason Place after a 6-year-old daughter, Ruby, who is on the autistic spectrum, was improperly wearing her mask. So this is where I'm really this is where it's kind of getting me here. A 6-year-old was doing so. It was a 6-year-old. Mm-hmm. Now their public bylaws, neither municipal bylaws nor public health regulations, in Middlesex, London region require those with a disability or a child under 12 to wear masks indoors.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a strange flex, you'd think. Like, what are you
Who
doing?
the fuck is flexing on a 6-year-old in Disney store?
I know.
The fuck is wrong with you?
It's not me. I didn't flex on the 6-year-old.
I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling about you. Fuck this.
You're yelling about
an absolute
me.
Fucking joke. Honestly, I don't care. It's a fucking kid, and I don't even care if the kid's on the spectrum, which makes me even fucking angrier. Yeah. You didn't tell mom and dad, hey, what's going on with the 6-year-old? Some fucking stupid Disney fucking cunt of an employee wanted to flex on a fucking 6-year-old. It's a fucking absolute joke. You want to flex on a 6-year-old? Give me a call. Flex on me, you stupid fucks. I've had enough of this bullshit. Nobody's a fucking hero. Ask the person, why isn't that person wearing a fucking mask? Why aren't you wearing a mask? I have asthma.
It's a 6-year-old.
It's a 6-year-old. When you ask a 6-year-old, why aren't you wearing a mask? And the 6-year-old looked at you like, who's the fucking stranger danger? Get the fuck away from the child. Talk to the parents. The fuck is wrong with you? It's an absolute fucking joke. It really is. We put these laws and we put these fucking bylaws in, and every time I walk down the street, I see 17 of them and fucking not doing their job. And this poor kid gets kicked out of a Disney store where she was probably having a great time until some fucking Mickey Mouse employee, literally Mickey Mouse employee, decided to flex on a 6-year-old and fucking parents. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, that employee should be fired. That fucking company should shut down. Everybody should fucking protest that cocksucking company. It's an absolute joke. Where do we draw the line when we just start shutting businesses down? We have to do something soon. Absolutely.
I can understand not knowing that the person had a disability, but it's a 6-year-old. You know that this person's 6 years old. You don't need to wear a mask.
A child, man.
Yeah.
They don't know. They don't know consequences. She probably doesn't even know how to lie. Like, the innocence in that, it just on its own, we got to preserve. Let alone some fucking asshole telling that those family they have to leave. Are you fucking kidding me? It's an absolute fucking joke.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. I can understand, like I said, someone with a disability not being able to recognize it, but everybody knows that it's a 6-year-old. You can see a 6-year-old. You can see that they're under 12 years old, so they don't need to wear a mask. And I can even understand saying like, hey, would you mind like having your child put on a mask, saying something like that, kicking them out, like,
oh, kiss my ass. I should just drive. You know what? After I'm done up north with you, I'm going to go fucking down south. Maybe I'll go take a shit in their fucking bathroom and not flush it.
So remind me again, where was this? Was it Disney World?
No, it was a Disney store. So things we have down south that you guys don't have are Disney stores because we have people down here.
We don't have. Oh, do you want to let TommyNC2010 in to give his opinion?
Nope,
what?
Not today. No.
Come on, it's Tommy.
I don't care who it is. Not today. We got some other stuff we got to cover. We got to cover more shit today.
Sorry, Tommy. I guess we can't have you on the show today.
Tommy, not today. Maybe next time, buddy.
I love Tommy, but I guess
I don't even know what he looks like. If he comes on and he looks like blaming the media.
Tommy is actually a YouTuber who has autism and has 100,000 subscribers. Who is gone?
Tommy has. Are you telling me that Tommy is autistic?
Yes, he's high functioning autistic.
Can you get him in here?
Do you want him in here? I'll let him in here.
Well, Tommy, I'm going to give you a few minutes. I'd like to have a conversation with you.
Okay, Tommy, we're going to let you in, buddy.
Get him in here. I'd like to have a conversation with Tommy.
There we go.
I really would.
Tommy's coming on the show.
Send him an invite. I didn't know that he was on the spectrum. I want his opinion on this.
Yeah.
Because I'm still really, really kind of aggravated about this.
Yeah. Okay. Tommy, if you just sign up for StreamYard, I don't even know if you have to sign up, but
you don't have to. As long as you send him a link, he'll be able to take it, and then he'll go there.
Yeah, Jean-Marc would know better than me. I have an account. I don't think you need an account to be on here. But,
no, you just sign in and then put your name down, and then you'll go into the waiting room, and then we'll approve you.
It's gonna be great. I'm introducing my friends Tommy and Jean-Marc to each other today, live on the air for everybody to see. This should be a fun show. Tommy, I sent you the link on Facebook. If you want to click that link, you're welcome to join.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We got that. Yeah, no, Adam, like they're trying to read this whole fucking story, man, and it's hard enough. It's hard enough for a family, and I know quite a few of them, to have a child with special needs. And I've worked with few before. I worked with them before, and they're usually the people they're the nicest people that have kids on the spectrum and whatever have you. And to me, I give those guys all the credit in the world. They're going through a hard time in their lives, and it's not as easy as it was raising. Well, it's probably easier than raising me and you together. But I mean, I mean, yeah, dude. But like, they're so loved, and the kids' joy of going to the Disney store. It'd be like it's like me going into the vintage video game store. My eyes light up, and I'm clicking, and I'm happy, and I'm smiling, and I'm laughing, and I'm looking at stuff, and all my sensors are going off, and I'm having a good time. That's the kid's Disney store, man. That's what the kid wants to go and see the photos of Aladdin, the Aladdin plush dolls, and the genie, and Frozen, and all that stuff. That's what they want to do.
Tommy's having a bit of complications here, but
that's okay, Tommy. We'll get you in whenever you want to jump in. If you can jump into the waiting room, I don't mind circling back.
Tommy, if you click that right there, that says StreamYard. If you click that, you'll be on the stream right away. That's all you got to do, buddy.
And then you might want to put your name. Just put Tommy down, and we're okay.
Yeah, he'll know. Tommy's a streaming veteran. Tommy actually is part of the inspiration for this show. He used to have a show called Tommy Talks where he would have he actually interviewed me, which was how I first met him. And he would interview not new YouTubers, but he would interview a new YouTuber every week. And he would have a cast of characters on that show every week, and they would try to put the show together. Sometimes things would fall off the rails, and sometimes things would go well, and it was a pretty interesting thing. And then Tommy hit it big and has been doing a lot of different things on YouTube. And
I'll have to follow him on YouTube then. Here's the thing that I think people will kind of understand is that, like, I have a really, like, there are certain things in my nerves that really get to me, and this is kind of one of them. Like, when you're messing with somebody when they're on a spectrum, or even a child, I just get so mad. Like, open your eyes, take 1 second, take a step back, and go, if that was my child, what would I do? Mm-hmm. Like, but people don't understand that, because the hysteria that the media has portrayed. You know what? Does that kid have COVID? Could that kid have COVID? Probably, but kids are asymptomatic anyways. That's what they're saying. So it doesn't really.
We don't know that.
But yet we're going to allow our teachers to go back to school in September. So everybody either you got to go hard on everybody, or you got to go back on everybody. So if you're, and I don't touch base on teachers, but I'm just saying, like, you draw sides. You stick to one side now. You can't. This isn't political fun stuff. Tommy, you jumping in, buddy, or what's going on here?
I think we should move on. If Tommy happens to join us, great. We'll circle back to what we were talking about. If not, then let's just move on. And
perfect. Adam, when was the last time you got a haircut?
I don't know, 6 months ago. What do you think?
When was the last time you trimmed those pubes on your chin?
Last time you trimmed the pubes on your chin?
Last night with your girlfriend. But, I mean, that's neither here nor there. Reason I'm asking, do you know what a barbershop window looks like?
Yeah. Oh, I know where this is going.
Have you ever jumped through a barbershop window because you're a fucking coward and you're just trying to escape and your eyes are on shiny things right now?
I'm trying to explain to Tommy how to get this to go through. But, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Barbershop window.
Barbershop window. Okay, back in, what was that, 89, 90 maybe? 89,
it would have been 90, early 90s.
Early 90s. A coward named Marty Jannetty.
Coward?
Was afraid of HBK, not the poor man's HBK, which we'll talk about in a minute, but the real HBK, jumped out of a barbershop window to go and kill somebody, but didn't quite make it through the window because he was all messed up on drugs. That's what happened, right? Is that? That's
not at all what happened.
Well, we knew he was going to jump through the window. What a coward. I think
he was thrown through the window by Shawn Michaels, but go on.
He jumped. My inside source, Bobby the Brain Heaton, said he jumped through the window because he's a coward.
Okay.
And as things have come through in a different light, it looks like Marty Jannetty, not too much of a coward. Looks like he's admitted to killing somebody. Oh, go ahead.
We have TommyNC2010 here.
Hey. All right, we're going to come back to the Marty Jannetty story. Bring Tommy in here.
Tommy! Hey, buddy!
Tommy, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Not much. How you guys doing tonight?
Great,
Good,
man. Love
man.
to see
Good.
you. Tommy,
So-
this is John Mark. John Mark, this is Tommy in North Carolina.
Okay, so you're in North Carolina. That's awesome. Did you guys get an earthquake today?
I didn't feel anything. I think I slept most of the day. I didn't feel anything.
Okay, so I want to say you guys got an earthquake today, if I'm not mistaken.
One of the people that I know as a YouTuber apparently was in Atlanta. He felt an earthquake apparently, and I didn't feel anything.
Well, it's because you were sleeping. If you could sleep through an earthquake, you can sleep through anything, Tommy. I'll tell you that much right now.
Like a bear.
Exactly. So, Tommy, I got a couple of questions for you. How's it being in America right now?
It's definitely has its issues, but I've been doing okay. My whole philosophy is to stay positive and stay healthy, and that's what I've been trying to do.
Absolutely, buddy. Do you wear a mask when you're down there, like for the COVID stuff?
Yeah, I wear a mask. I have no issues with wearing stuff on my face because, as you know, I'm an actor. So, like, I've worn masks for all sorts of things. I've worked in haunts and stuff like that. So, for the longest time, when I was a kid, I was full autistic. When I was a kid, and I had issues with certain things, but I would just now things don't bother me. But I understand now. Here's the thing. Here's the funny thing with this issue. I'm on TikToker also, and I was scanning through TikTok, and I found the story, and I actually shared it on Twitter, and I pinned it as my top comment as a video, and I said, Disney hates autistic people.
Whoa.
So,
No. Shut up. Tommy, you continue on. Don't worry about him. You continue on.
So I was like, wow, Disney hates autistic people. And that was my comment. And people kept saying, Disney doesn't hate autistic people. And I'm like, how is this possible if they don't hate autistic people if, they're basically throwing an autistic kid out because he won't wear a mask? A kid is not going to be susceptible. What is that? Is that a good word?
Susceptible?
Successful. We're good. Yeah, you continue on, buddy. We know what
you're trying to say.
That kid has a high immune system, and he's not going to be able to get COVID if he's in a Disney store trying to buy his custom Mickey Mouse or whatever he wants to get. And it's wrong. It's wrong what Disney is doing here.
It is
and
wrong. It is wrong.
The fact is that Disney is reopening, that they're apparently they have their own little way, like this is the way we do it because we're Disney and we say, here's the thing. Mickey Mouse doesn't have any overrule. Mickey Mouse should just have what he has. Because here's the thing. When Mickey Mouse gets the Infinity Stones, we're going to come in here and we're going to hold up our fingers and then we're going to snap. Because let me tell you something. Hi-ho diggity. Because when Mickey comes in, we're going to tell the autistic kids.
Tommy, why is Mickey Mouse trying to get the Infinity Stones and wipe out humanity?
No, hang on. Can you do any more voices? That was mind-blowing, Tommy. That was goddamn amazing.
Okay, hold on a second. Here's some. Hi, everybody. I got a tickle for you.
Whoa! We don't want to tickle people on this show. We'll leave that.
That's Elmo.
That's amazing. Yeah, I know, but I don't even think Elmo should be tickling people at this point. He's probably going to get canceled for it. Tommy, I got questions for you. Though. I got questions.
I gotta go. Tommy, I know that you. I don't know if you like talking about your politics, but how do you feel about Trump canceling TikTok?
Really, I'd rather not say.
Okay,
I'm kind of upset that that's happening. But if TikTok can be bought by another company here in America, I'll be happy.
Yeah, but let's agree to disagree here. Okay, I'll give you TikTok as long as Zuckerberg doesn't buy TikTok.
Oh God! If Zuckerberg buys
as long as Zuckerberg or Bezos doesn't buy it, I'm okay. Like I just told, maybe The Rock will buy TikTok. Fuck, who knows? Like an Americanized TikTok. I think that would be great. Tommy, I got a question for you. You said you were really autistic as a child. Did you like having things around your face? So I know for some people that are on the spectrum, having things on them, it makes them really feel bad. That's kind of what I was wondering how you were as a child.
I can't remember if I was kind of like itchy about having things on my face as a kid, but I think that I did have issues with certain kind of sounds, and I couldn't take certain things in my ear. I still can't. I can't even have earbuds in my ear anymore because it just like pesters me sometimes.
Yeah, it's like voices I hated, like my wife's, Adam's. You know how it is, Tommy. Because what really gets me is like just somebody that's.
Wait, I gotta correct you. That's Adam number 1, right, Tommy?
It's actually Adam number 2.
Adam number 1.
Sorry, he is number 2. He is number 2.
The joke is here is I actually have another friend named Adam, and he lives in Canada. Also, they grew up together, and I met Adam first, and then I met Adam Junk Drawers second. So I call Adam Vlogging Life number 1, and I call Adam Drunk Drawers number 2.
As you should.
You may have been the first one that you met.
You should put him down that list.
Who you love more? It's me, right? You love me, so I'm number 1.
No, Tommy, I just got a few more questions for you because I'm really
sure. Yeah, no problem.
So, what would happen if they were to do that to you in the store? So, if you couldn't wear a mask because you're autism, what would you do in that situation? So, if somebody came to you from Disney and said, like, you have to have a mask on because you're a grown ass man, and you say, like, listen, I'm autistic. But when most people think about autistic kids, they don't think about you. They don't think of the high spectrum. It's always on the low end. And that's what kind of gets me is that there's a full spectrum that people need to educate themselves on. And I look at a guy like you who's very, very high. You're very educated. You're very intelligent from what I can understand. And that's kind of what I'm asking is I'm wondering on what the hell, like, what would you do in that situation?
In that situation, because who I am, high functioning autistic, I actually wear a mask. I've been wearing a mask this whole entire time during this pandemic, but I can't imagine what little Tommy would do exactly if he wanted to go to the Disney store, and he probably would get really flustered because I used to argue a lot with my teachers as a kid, and
we still do, man. Don't worry about it.
But I think little Tommy would probably get very agitated. My mom would try to calm me down, but the thing is that me as a little kid would have made a big stink about this and bust into tears because. Knowing me, I used to love watching Disney movies. I still kind of love watching Disney, but now I see behind the darkness and the kind of the sickness of what Disney is, and see how they treat parent companies and how they dismember certain things and try to hide the corruptness behind Disney.
And the old racism they used to have, Tommy, like I can go on for hours about how shitty
my favorite movie was Peter Pan as a kid, and I didn't realize how racist that movie was. Like I didn't how does the chief say how? How does the red man say how?
Oh yeah, what makes the red man red? That's the song. That's the song, right? Yeah, no, and that's Tommy. Like when you start looking back at it, and then all of a sudden that happens to a Disney employee, it almost makes you think it's almost in training.
If he doesn't have a mask, he cannot come in. And what if he's a 7-year-old? And they're like. That's no exceptions. No exceptions. They have to wear a mask. And I'm like, here's the thing. I think Disney, what needs to be happening is there needs to be a lawsuit placed against Disney. And
fucking right, Tommy. And I agree with you 100%, my friend. There has to be a lawsuit, and we have to make these guys accountable for this. Mm-hmm. Like this isn't a black or white thing or who you left or right. This is just an injustice in the human, and just your humans. It's on everything. It's got to get stopped, Tommy. I agree with you 100%, my friend.
What problem is that even if we took it to up to the government and stuff like that, Disney has their hands and pockets everywhere, and they're manipulating the situation here. And so now Disney has stuck their hands in the government's pockets and said, hey, let us open up. We need to make money. But even though Disney is a multi-quadrillion-dollar company that has stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of money layered on top of each other. Disney still wants to make greedy. They still want to make their money. They have to open their parks back up, and I'm like, no, Disney.
So Tommy, would you say fuck Disney? Would you say fuck Disney?
Fuck Disney.
Fuck Disney. Say it with us. Say it with us. Come on.
In this case, I say fuck Disney.
That's exactly it. Fuck Disney. You heard it here first.
Disney.
Fuck Disney. I got one more question for you, and I wanted to cut you off beforehand. In the other room you were just in, you had a Wolf of Wall Street poster. What's going on there, buddy? What's going on there? There it is.
Yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street, baby. Love that movie. Yes. There it is.
There we go.
Love that movie. Yes.
I'm a wrestling fan. Also. A big fan of. I've been a big fan of AEW. I'm actually a part of a company called TCW, and they're a local wrestling company down here in North Carolina, Western North Carolina, where I live. And I'm a big advocate and like all sorts of stuff, entertainment, and like I live life to the fullest with a smile on my face and fly by the seat of my pants. And I became relevant back in 2016. Well, I'm always been relevant to Adam.
There it is, Tommy. Now you're relevant to me, my friend, and I'm really enjoying this conversation we're having.
And hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, TommyNC2010.
Tommy, you should give us a shout out that you were on our show.
Oh, most definitely, man. Hey, and listen, I definitely have room since I know about your show now. I do my show through Skype. I don't do my show through this. You
want to have us on your show?
Yeah, I would love to have you on my show. I do it pre-recorded now. I do it all pre-recorded, and we're gonna edit it and stuff like that. My editor. I have a social media manager now.
Cool.
So. I would love to let me know when you're free. I would love to have you on the show, do some interviews with you guys on my show.
I just subscribed to you. So
thank you. Congratulations. You're a Tommy head, dude.
I've been subscribed to you for years. You know that, buddy.
I want to show you, man. I just want to show you, like, I'm on the Tommy side.
Hey, watch the documentary that's called 28 Years Later, How I Come to Meet My Biological Mother.
Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to tell Jean-Marc that you have been on Tosh.0 twice and on MTV's Made.
What?
Yeah.
Man, all you must just be beating women off with a stick.
Ah, yeah.
No, I barely can keep women around me. Sometimes,
don't worry, so does Adam. You and Adam have something in common. That's why he's number 2.
Yeah. hey, Tommy, don't take his side. You're on my side.
Hey, I can't help it when I hear something funny.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, Adam. You see? You're funny.
Well, looking at Adam is pretty funny to look at, you know?
No shit.
Oh, my God. I bring you two together and you both gang up on me.
Out of all the free healthcare we got, Tommy, in Canada, we can't fix his face.
I can't help to look at him or fart at him, you know?
Hey, I'm not going to lie to you. It probably smells better than him anyway, right?
Holy, what did I fucking do to deserve this? I've been nothing but nice to both of you guys.
Exactly.
Whatever happened to stay positive?
I am positive, but it's only good when it's funny.
We're positive, you're ugly.
Oh,
all right, Tommy, we'll let you go. We're going to try and wrap this show up sooner than later because I got a hockey game I want to watch. Oh, fuck. I don't want to watch that hockey. I hope that's not the same hockey game. What time is it? Oh, it's not the same hockey game. Thank God.
8 o'clock.
Yeah, so, Tommy, you got anything else you want to add, buddy? It's a pleasure meeting you. I cannot wait to talk to you more often, man. You're a very rad, intelligent dude in my books. And
thank you.
If you want to come on, man, everything you do to me, it seems you're doing great things and you're an amazing human being. And everybody should aspire to be you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It means a lot. I get a lot of people that leave comments and say that kind of stuff to me. And I'm just me.
Oh, sorry. I'm one in the crowd. When I want to tell you suck and you should get another job, like, you want me to go that way? I really like what you're doing, man. You're a really intelligent dude. Thanks for giving us a bit more light on what you go through on a daily basis.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, Disney, man. You're honestly, you're a legend in my books right now. We've only talked for about 20 minutes, and then when I say that, that means a lot.
Oh, can I say something real quickly?
course.
Everybody, please do me a favor and go to Twitter and Twitter Confirmed and tell Twitter to confirm TommyNC2010 because I have not been confirmed since I've been on Twitter. So please do me a favor and blow up Twitter and tell them to give me the blue check mark because I deserve to have a blue check mark on my Twitter because I am me. Please do that for me.
You're you, and you need to be you, Tommy. And I will, after we're done the show, I'll jump on Twitter. I'll jump on
at TommyNC2010 on Twitter. Tell Twitter that I need to be confirmed.
Guaranteed. Thanks, buddy.
Man. Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. Do you have anything else you want to add, buddy? Anything else?
As always, I'm TommyNC2010, and I'm keeping you on the inside fact. Subscribe, support.
Stay positive.
I love you, buddy. Give me a little Mickey Mouse on the way out. Give me a little Mickey Mouse on the way out.
Now let me tell you something here. Adam likes to take that big thing and he likes to jam it up there really good. Yeah. Can anybody say 12-inch dildo? In the back?
Tommy? What the hell, man?
Yes, Tommy!
I go to bat for you. I get you on my show. He's saying I don't want you on the show, and then I convince him.
Yeah,
and
right,
then you turn on me. All right. Goodbye, Tommy. I'm kicking you out.
Love
Bye, Tommy.
Bye, buddy. That fucking guy is amazing.
Yeah, man. I love Tommy.
That guy to me is
my boy.
What he's going through, what he's done for his life. I mean, is absolutely fucking amazing to me.
Yeah, man. He is truly an inspiration. I love Tommy.
And he's also living in the States, which I know how hard it is down there to get that, like to get the stuff that Tommy's going through, man. I understand. It's hard even in Canada. In Canada, we don't have enough. I don't want to get into it, but we don't have enough support staff for all these people that are coming up on the spectrum. And Tommy's just legit standing up. Yeah, man. And in a Mickey Mouse voice said, "You like 12-inch dildos?" That's fucking amazing.
What am I gonna do? Thanks a lot, Tommy. I've been nothing but nice to that guy. Fuck.
And he loves him and I's favorite movie together is The Wolf of Wall Street. So he loves the movie about hookers and blow and money. Like that's Tommy and a nutshell. Tommy and our best friends. Gotta get him.
There you go. Tommy's a good guy, man.
Tommy's a great guy. I fucking love that. Love that guy.
Yeah, man.
Tommy is amazing. I think that, like, I don't want to get serious on the podcast, but I think that was actually a really good segment. I really enjoyed.
I thought it was great. Yeah.
I really enjoyed talking to him. I really thought that he really brought some great things to what we had to offer, and it just gave me a whole brand new lease on life. I think with that guy, like that guy's now I got to be Tommy. Now we got to be Tommy. We need 100,000 subscribers, baby.
Well, now you understand who Timmy MC is because that's Tommy NC. Timmy MC is a parody account for that guy.
That's what I want. I want a parody account.
Yeah, there you go.
So he's talking TCW. Okay, like now, wow. I really, really, like if we ended the podcast there, it's a high note for me. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed talking to Tommy. I want to go into the Marty Jannetty stuff again. You are ready to change gears? And
we got a couple comments here from Rob, just basically saying that some of the people that are hard enough for a police officer to do their job correctly in these times, let alone somebody who's paid minimum wage working for Disney. I can understand that. It is. I do have to agree that.
No, I'm going to say this to you now, and I'm not going to get into my job.
Sure.
But I don't pay my guys enough.
Yeah.
And I tell them this to deal with those issues. If you have an issue with something like that on that nature that you think is going to be an issue, you give me a call anytime, 24/7. I'll answer the phone. The Disney to me just sounds like it was bad management. To be 100% honest with you, I just think it was bad management, bad training.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Is training.
Some fucking clown wanting to be a fucking hero. That's the problem. I know a cop. I'm going to stand up for police again, which people fucking hate. But cops have the worst job in the world. Don't come at me with like a cop unnecessarily escalating at a 6-year-old and her whole family, like in Colorado.
Yeah.
Here's the issue, and I'm going to tell you the issue. Adam, you don't call the cops when you're having a good day.
No.
I don't call 911 and say, "Hey, holy fuck, I'm having a great day today." Can you send a cop over to share it with me? I'd get arrested for fucking taking up 911's time.
But you know, as Chris Rock says, some jobs can't have bad apples. You can't be a fucking pilot of a plane and say, we only land 90% of our planes. Most of them get there okay.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Malaysian air flights back about a year and a half ago, 3 or maybe 5 years ago, like 30%, all of them, every plane lands. It's just, I don't know, they're going to be
how many pieces.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey. And then you know what they say when you're a pilot? Any landing you can walk away from is a good landing in my books.
But I'm talking about police officers. You got to be good at your job if you're a police officer.
Dude,
that's all I'm saying.
Some of the guys we went to school with and like that were jocks that I played sports with, and if one of them's listening, I don't give a fuck. Some of them shouldn't be fucking cops. They shouldn't have been cops back when we were kids, but it's what their family did, so they get an inside track.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's probably you can probably find 15, 20 kids that would take a policing job seriously, and then there's some that have a family that just have family. They just go, yeah, my dad's a cop, my grandfather was a cop, I'm going to be a cop. Like there are some great cops out there, but what happens is the hiring process is skewed when it comes to family. So it doesn't matter, Adam, if you have a squeaky clean record and you're ready to go and you have all the training, if you don't have a way in, especially in the town you're in. And now I find your town and probably my town and everybody else, that's the issue, is that it's a family business. You know, a family business, like you run a paint shop, that's my family business, and I take over that, we could train you how to do that correctly. Cops, you fuck up once as a cop, you're done. You should be done. But we have cops, and I'm going to use North Bay as an example, that got a lot of fucking money, and then they blame their job for beating their wives.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Like
that's not how that works.
One of my greatest chirps of all time was I was playing in a hockey tournament up there, and it wasn't that long ago. A former cop dropped his gloves and said, "You want to fight?" And I told him on the ice, "I'm not his wife. I'll fucking hit you back." After the ref was done grabbing him and my team was done laughing, they were like, "You just went right for the jugular." I said, "He's a cocksucker. I don't give a fuck. I don't care." That's the problem, is I don't care. People piss me off all the time. Did your phone just go off?
Yeah. I'm going to make sure that that's on silent now.
No, it never happened. So free passing here in class, my friend. But a few pilots, yeah, exactly. Bear with us. Yeah, I kind of agree with Perotta here. But like,
is that cop? I think we knew his little brother, maybe.
Possibility.
Yeah, that's who I thought it was. Okay.
Then when he did it, I laughed at him, and then I was like, "What are you gonna do? I'm not your wife. I'll hit you back." Yeah. And let's just say that after the fact, I kind of got a little bit of a fucking reaming from the convener, because the cop was a friend of his. You can't say that on the ice. And I just said, "What the fuck are you gonna do?" I said, "Go get him now." I said, I'll hit him. I don't give a shit. And they go, "Well, you can't do that." And I said, "Well, there's nothing he could do." I literally stated facts, and he didn't like the facts, and he lost his job because of the facts. He kissed my ass. Yeah. The problem is, though, in Canada, I always talk to Ontario. I don't know how shit goes on anywhere else. They're way too protected. The cops are way too protected. You know what? If it's on the job shit, we're like, Joe Smith is a criminal who just killed people. He's always been he's a hard offender, and the cop puts him down hard, and that guy complains. Yeah, take a bit, Let's put that guy on leave. But when Buddy's wife comes out and goes, "Holy fuck, you beat the piss out of me," and you got photos, that guy can't be suspended with pay. It's got to be suspended without pay. Get him out of here. You know what? And then if you're right, we'll sue your wife, and then we'll pay you back the wages. I'm okay with that. But you can't, no. If you're going to fucking sit around and beat your wife and do this and do that and drink and drive and all that shit, the fuck out of here. I got 20 kids that'll probably do a fucking better job. And if we came harder down on those bastards, those bad apples, we wouldn't have so money in the group.
Some jobs can't have bad apples.
It's true. Let's talk about bad apples in the wrestling world. Marty Jannetty. I really want to get back to this.
Yeah, let's talk. It's a good way to close the show, because I think we're.
I got that. I want to talk poor man's Jericho, and I want to talk about drinking.
Poor man's Jericho.
Poor man's HBK. Sorry.
Let's start with that one, since we already are on that.
Oh, right. 21 years ago, WWF at the time, WWE.
Yeah.
He did something, and I wanted to kind of tie it in at the beginning, but we kind of got a little off track. Y2J came out and debuted on Raw. Now he came out, and what I didn't appreciate, I was appreciative at the time, and now I look back at it and I go, that could have backfired. He came out against The Rock, and they had a mic off.
Dueling microphones,
dude.
Possibly
Rock.
Yeah, possibly the greatest debut in the history of wrestling.
I don't know.
Think about it. Think about it. When
it wasn't a debut, though.
Sure it was. That was his debut in the WWE, WWF. They built it up. They had this clock that was counting down. And everybody sort of was like, who's that going to be? Who's going to be the debut? And the fucking clock went by, and they changed the clock time a couple times. It wasn't 100% accurate, whatever, but
obviously
that's not really that important. But everybody's, who could that be? Who could that be? Finally, the internet fans figured out that's going to be Chris Jericho. Right around the time that clock runs out is when his 90-day no-compete runs out, and his first day is going to line up right around with
let me add some back text, because I'm really good at adding back text. As you internet fans, people that watch may not realize how fucking bad the internet was back then. It was in its infancy. So then what happened was, you go, okay, shit, he's coming. You tell me on the internet, you go, you were a tape trader, which a lot of fucking people don't understand. VHS tapes, Adam would find a boardroom and they would send each other tapes of whatever have you, like, you know, whatever, ECW, Extreme Japan Wrestling, because YouTube didn't exist. Correct. YouTube.
Japan Wrestling.
I don't know. Japan Pro Wrestling. JPW. Shut the fuck up.
FMW.
Whatever the fuck it is. Who gives a shit?
Okay.
So all I'm telling you is that they had a lot of faith in him.
Okay. They had a lot of faith in him.
Because to put him against The Rock, it's unheard of. I would never want it. You couldn't take a wrestler today, take a wrestler today, put him and The Rock together, say, okay, The Rock's out, or you're going to do this, and then we're going to throw we're going to throw a little loop at you, and these are the 3 bullet points you got to hit. Go and do it. Well, who's coming out? Don't worry about it. The Rock would come out and spin circles around that fucking bastard.
That's true. And if you watch in the audience, every fucking fan had a sign that said, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho's going to debut.
Yes.
Y2. I don't know if they said Y2J, but
back then they were given signs as well on the way out. If you go back on the network,
I don't know if that's true. I've heard that before.
Okay. So go back and watch like Raws in the Attitude Era. How the fuck people could see? I have no idea. I forgot how many fucking signs there were.
Yeah.
On that art cam, it was all signs. I'm like, oh man, we'd be in a fucking brawl.
My favorite sign was, the guy behind me can't see. Such a prick.
That's a you move. So what I'm saying to you is that Chris Jericho at the time, and I don't like talking about wrestling, did a really good job. He really did. He held his own with The Rock. I think The Rock personally got one over on him, and he was a little bit pissed about it. But I want to say that because I think that if you look at the body of work, Jericho is easily one.
I put that one up because I knew it would get John Mark fired up.
Okay, I'm going to say this to you right now. Chris Jericho. Now, I'm going to say this. I love Jericho. Don't think I hate Chris Jericho. I don't hate Jericho. But we loved, you and I can say this for a fact, love Jericho as a cruiserweight.
Yep.
You were a Jerichoholic, and I became one because you were one. Yeah. Like, he had the computer paper, dude. He had the computer paper, and he was like, oh, the man of 105.
1,004.
And then you come back and you go, armbar.
Yeah.
Toe hold, armbar. And you just keep repeating it. And it'd be computer paper list full of it.
The four-handled moss-covered Grizundo. He listed that move on the list. It didn't exist, and Perry Saturn created it.
Yeah, dude. To me, it's amazing what Chris Jericho did. Like, was amazing because he went to a company that didn't want that. Like, just get the fuck out of here. Why are you so blurry?
Don't worry, keep going.
I'm trying to focus.
Okay, so is Chris Jericho the greatest of all time? Yes or no?
Absolutely not.
No, based on his body of work and his career,
he's not even in the top fucking 10.
It's hard to argue with Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair being the greatest 2 of all time.
Oh, dude. Okay, but it depends on what you're talking about. Whatever. You give me a top 5 of what you think Jericho's good at, or let's go. He's not even a top 3 of most things. He's not.
I agree. He's not a top. He's a good talker. I will give him that. A good character.
Even that, he's not even in the top 3.
I don't know. No. Really? You're gonna buy tickets just to watch Jericho fight? Fuck you. I got guys. We got guys that'll fucking walk circles around him. You're trying to tell me Ric Flair, the original mic man. Yeah. Well, I would say Ric Flair is top 3 on the mic, top 3 in the ring. And as far as longevity, he was the last NWA champion. He was WCW's world champion. Then he got signed to WWF, and they had, which one's the real champion? Beat the shit out of everyone in the Royal Rumble, beat Hulk Hogan, took his belt to, crowned himself the real world champion, came back to WCW, went back to WWE, had the fucking Evolution, another run there. That guy's done it all. It is hard to argue with Ric Flair. Except if you bring in Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels has not headlined the most WrestleManias. He has stolen the show at the most WrestleManias. However, now I'm going to circle back to Chris Jericho. I will say, as far as a career, who hits the most marks along that highway of a career path? Starts out undercard, cruiserweight, makes his way up mid-card, goes to WWE. He's in the tag team, hits everything up. Now gets to the main event, headlines a WrestleMania. Now he's in AEW, and he's the main event guy there.
Yep, Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero, yeah, Eddie Guerrero. But Eddie Guerrero,
what? You're gonna cut him short? Eddie Guerrero was better than fucking Chris Jericho when he was in WCW as a cruiserweight, when he was in ECW, when he came to WWE, when he gave Mike Eddie Guerrero, baby.
Yeah. I would say Eddie Guerrero has been one step ahead of Chris Jericho. And if he was alive today, he would absolutely be main eventing and be higher up than. Would he be higher up than Chris Jericho? Possibly.
Guaranteed. But I'm going to say this. Jericho's smart with his money. Jericho doesn't need to wrestle anymore. He's doing it for the love of the game. So my top 3 mic, who are your top 3 mic guys? Give me three all-time mic guys.
See, it's hard. It's hard to say because there's different standards for microphone. For instance, Ric Flair is great at
Ric Flair. Okay, Ric Flair's number 1. Doesn't matter what you do.
I think
you can't beat Ric Flair. You can't.
Yeah, and that's the thing is there's selling a pay-per-view or entertaining, like making an entertaining promo for TV or whatever. Ric Flair's number 1. There's a guy like The Rock who has these entertaining like catchphrases and entertaining.
The Rock number 2?
I don't know if I'd put him number 2.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know if I'd put him number 2, but he's definitely up there. Another guy.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Bobby Heenan number 2.
Ooh, yeah.
He would get over fucking anybody.
Yeah.
Andre the Giant was the greatest fucking face of life. He was the big guy. He hugged the kids. He picked the girls up. He was a boozer. He was a lover. All of a sudden, Bobby the Brain Heenan put his fucking stamp on that. Dude, you know what we missed when we were kids? Bobby the Brain Heenan and Ric Flair on a mic.
Dude.
Bobby
the Brain Heenan and Mr. Perfect were in the same stable as Ric fucking Flair. How do you get more talent than that? Woo! Why did Ric Flair need somebody on the microphone for him, and he had Bobby Heenan and Mr. Perfect?
Why? Because Ric Flair is better than perfect.
I guess so. There you go.
But Bobby the Brain Heenan, man, he gets so overlooked. Dude, if you were to just take the audio from the 92 Royal Rumble, not even play it, just put the audio on as if it was a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck, dude, that's the greatest thing you'll ever listen to.
Yeah.
Because through the whole show, from the beginning when the Hart Foundation it was Owen Hart and the Anvil fighting, I think it was the Orient Express, Bobby the Brain, he just started selling for Ric Flair. Oh, I got to get backstage. I got to see what Flair got. Would you? And then like slow down. And then those two would go at it the whole time. And then Flair comes in, number 3? Number 3, I think it was, right? Number 3?
Sounds about right, yeah.
oh my God, let's be fair to Flair. And then like, get out, take a break. Like the guy was such an amazing mic guy. Like I would put him, and then I'd probably put The Rock.
Well, the other guy that I was going to mention is Roddy Piper, because he was so good at making something out of nothing. You could put him in any situation, like put him in a situation, don't give him anything, like, hey, go out there, get yourself over, get this guy over, and he'd hit a catchphrase, hit another one that you'd never heard before, and everything would come out like gold.
That's exactly it. And he would go off somebody like, I don't remember what pay-per-view it was. It was Close But No Cigar. And then Piper comes in, no siree, no smoking in this joint. I'll tell you that right now. We're in New York City, baby.
Okay, so now that we've got that list established, allow me to create a hole through this that you could drive a truck through. Because, well, we have that list of possibly the greatest promos of all time. What about Jake the Snake Roberts? Because Jake the Snake Roberts, he would tell you these fucked up promos. Every word was calculated. It was like literal poetry. It was performance art.
Here's the great thing about that.
Mm-hmm.
He'd pull the mic in real close, and then
That's
he'd whisper.
That's true.
And then you'd get to the TV, and he'd go, oh, Ted DiBiase, think you buy me with your money? I got Damien. Damien's in the bag. That's something you got to put in the back of your head. Yeah. And he would sell the promo, and you'd get close to the TV, and then he'd whisper to you and draw you in. But that's not it. And then he'd yell at the right time. Yeah. And he'd go, oh, but everybody's tried, but nobody's succeeded. And the same with the Macho Man. He would just do a big, massive, sounds like a line of cocaine or probably a full bag of cocaine. I'll be right back, BJ, bang, bang, woo. Oh, the cream always rises to the top. And you see stuff like that. They put him on a mic, then he went over to WCW. Like Hulk Hogan, was the same thing every time. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, whoever he was fighting with, thanks for this, thanks for that. Like, exactly. Trust me.
Trust me. But you'd have Jake Roberts. I remember he'd talk about the promo after Damien had bit the Macho Man Randy Savage, and he talked about the eyes of everyone.
Okay, no, this is going in the wrestling, and I know some people don't like it, some people do.
We're wrapping up. It's the end of the show.
I don't even think it's going to be the end of the show because we can go for days on this. Could they pull the snake thing now?
Oh no! I mean, they had a cobra bite someone in front of children, and they were crying.
You got to think of that too, right? Like, think about that for a second. We were kids. We were like 6 or 7, and our hero, the Macho Man, was getting eaten by a cobra.
Yeah,
on TV. Dude, it was on syndication, and all I could remember through my childhood was them showing the same fucking video.
Yeah,
like
kids crying and
I'm crying.
Man. Okay, so back to the promo thing though, because you'd have Jake Roberts. He'd say, you look in my eyes, and there's no caring. There's just hate and whatever. And then you look at Elizabeth's eyes, and she was lost. It was nothing but tears. And then you look at Randy Savage's eyes, and his eyes, he was gone, man. He didn't know where the hell he was. And then you look in those snake's eyes, and they're just a black hole. He would have every word precision crafted, and then he would deliver it. So it wasn't as entertaining as The Rock. It wasn't as entertaining as Ric Flair. It wasn't as entertaining as Roddy Piper, but it was good in a different way.
But like Ty sitting down here, it's the same thing every time. That's what sold back then, though. Like style and profiling. I got a limousine 2 miles long with 50 women sitting in there waiting for me just to go, woo.
Okay, Ric Flair's wasn't the same every time. Ric Flair would freak out in a different, like he did freak out. He had his shtick, but he'd freak out in a different way. He'd have different lines, different things he'd put out there. It was different every time. Sure, he had, this time I'm going to be down at this club and I'm going to wear my alligators and yada, yada, yada. Another time he'd be in the middle of the ring, taking off all his clothes and elbow dropping his,
Finish off. If you shut this off, when you come back, I'm going to be naked. And he would be all fired up. The problem with Ric Flair was Ric Flair lived Ric Flair. That's the issue with Ric Flair.
That's right.
Ric Flair lived Ric Flair. You know what? There's a lot of guys on the mic. Jericho, he kind of gets, he's in there. Like, I like talking about some of his gimmicks, like Dirty Trash Bag, Love and Ho. When him and the show with Stephanie was amazing. Like him with Triple H and stuff was amazing. He had really good promos. He really did. But everybody else with him, like when you would go out, I wouldn't watch the Raw. I can't remember what Raw I watched. I think I timed it one day because I was really bored on the network. I think one Raw, there was like 20 minutes or 25 minutes of matches. The rest was all talking in a 2-hour segment.
Okay.
Just like the Jerichos, the Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Stone Cold said, kick your ass, drink my beer, Steve Weiser's, ba 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 boom. Now, Rob Road is talking about is that Jake the Snake Roberts is cutting all these promos or doing shoot interviews or shoot interviews for wrestlers, regular interviews for people that don't know. But he's going through telling like they had the fangs were siliconed and he paintbrushed the fucking snake and the snake bit him in the leg where his wrestling boot was, went out and then did it to Randy Savage and all this stuff. Randy, let's transition from Randy into Marty Jannetty because I really want to get your opinion on Marty Jannetty. You'll be shitting me right now. Sorry, man. I'm just watching the Leaf game as well. literally, I kind of looked over.
Here's what I was thinking. Could you imagine if the first time that the Leafs win the cup in fucking 70 years, it's when nobody's there to see it?
It's 1-0 right now. I'm not happy. Shut your mouth. You know what, dude? I don't want to talk about that. Maybe we'll do that for a different show. But just think of all of the fucking drugs those guys did in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. That's all.
I'll give Jericho this, though. Like, Jericho's one of the ones, like, the originators of switching that generation over. So kind of putting those guys to bed. Like, Jericho was more into nutrition and reading a book and keeping it that way for the most part.
There's definitely a couple drinking stories of Jericho out there, but yeah.
For the most part, he was a good lad. Now, Marty Jannetty.
Marty Jannetty, not so much.
Now, before we go in, I want to get some context from you. I want to ask you some questions.
Sure.
I've been thinking about.
So let's tell the story. What happened with Marty Jannetty this week, Joe Mark?
Marty Jannetty came out. Now I don't know where did he post that. I gotta get on pulling my phone out. I
believe it was his Facebook, but
was it his Facebook?
It doesn't really matter. He posted it on social media somewhere.
That he had. Here it is. I'm gonna go.
The exact quote is, "It's not the first time I made a man disappear." And then he explained what happened the first time he made a man disappear, and now he's being investigated for a murder. So basically, Marty Jannetty went on to say that somewhere in Columbus, Ohio, I believe it was, or somewhere, he made a man disappear when he was 12 years old. The man tried to touch him, and he murdered and disposed of his body. Said the police should have looked in the river, and now that's what they're doing.
Are you reading that off his Facebook?
I read that a couple days ago when I first read the article.
I never told anyone this, but even my brother Gino, because Gino would have killed him. I didn't want my brother gone. He'd only recently came from Vietnam. I was 13. I was working at Victoria Lane's bowling alley buying weed from.
The guy that he murdered?
No, he uses a derogatory word.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it. It is to back then it was for a gay male that worked there. He put his hands on me. He already dragged me around to the back of the building. You already know what he was going to try and do. This is the first time I made a man disappear. They never found him. They should have looked in the Chattahoochee River. But Winnie, the girl in these pics, I liked you so damn much. Probably my favorite. I promised myself way back when nobody would ever hurt me again, and that includes you. I love you, but you hurt me with your, it looks like fucking Jamaican jealousy. You can go your own way. I don't need you. Unquote.
So he's threatening, was he threatening to murder a woman there?
So it sounds like the guy that was throwing him around, I guess, might have hurt her. So he killed her, threw him in the Chattahoochee River or the Chatta. Alan Jackson sings about it.
Yeah.
Marty Jannetty now saying that comes up to like there's probably like there's two things that I really massive drug abuse since the 80s. Yeah. Because now him and Shawn Michaels is clean and is a different way and he talks about it. Those guys were fucking ridiculous together, apparently.
Yeah.
Those guys were toxic twins worse than Aerosmith or the Rolling Stones or whatever have you.
Mm-hmm.
They were bad. They were on that wrong side.
Yeah.
Concussions, my friend. I've never taken a bump in a wrestling ring. I can tell you that right now. I haven't. You have.
Yeah.
You've taken many.
Yes.
And I know some of our friends and people that are watching it have taken bumps in wrestling rings as well. I've landed on a ring. Maybe that's a bump. I don't know. I fucking just kind of threw myself back on one. not that long ago. Let the wind knocked out of me. That'll fuck your head up.
Yeah.
Dude, and not only to mention that the assholes that they were wrestling with, if you just, like, let's just look at their WWF things, let's just look at the Rockers alone. He did a lot of shots to the head, man. You had like the Orient Express and LOD or the Road Warriors, however you fucking want to follow them, and all these guys like the Barbarians and the fucking Fuji factions and shit that would just be the fucking stiffest fucks you've ever seen. So not only is this guy, what question, killing this fucking drug dealer that nobody cared about in the 70s, he ain't gonna get shit for that. It's what the other people that he's buried. Who the fuck is he buried? Who's missing?
Who knows, man? Like he's
no, is he a serial killer? Is he the Netflix special?
Well, he said it's not the first person he's made disappear. So
he's on the ring right now. Tell me more.
Oh, that's the meme that's going around.
Tell me more.
Dark Side of the Ring. Yeah. I'll tell you this though. Marty Jannetty needs to stay the fuck off social media because this is not the first time he's posted terribly incriminating and stupid things on social media.
Dude, but if you look at it, if you look at what you say and what you can prove are two totally different things.
That's true.
You could say things that we did in high school, but if nobody could fucking prove it, did it really happen?
That's true. We're not going to say those things, but that's true.
Hey, I didn't know. Oh.
No. So are you familiar with some of the other posts that Marty Jannetty has made in the past?
Enlighten me, my friend, and maybe I have. Like I don't know. Like so, like people always laugh at me. They're like, you're always on your phone. You always got this going. I'm always replying to text right away and stuff. I'm always when I'm bored. Like I'm sitting here like this, like I'm on my phone. I want to look at something. Like I'm on Twitter. I'm on doing this. I want to read stuff. So if I hear a story, I like to go into it. Like I like to see where this is going.
Okay.
You want
Marty Jannetty, and I'm going to have to paraphrase because this is 5 or 6 years ago. A couple years, maybe even more than that, posts a picture of his daughter on social media. Says, always thought I was her biological father, but now we have reason to believe I am not. Always wanted to do it. Now we're going for the DNA test to find out if we can. Is it okay? What do you think? Should I do it or should I not do it? What the fuck, man? You raised that girl. That is not okay whether you're biologically her father or not.
No, I think that was that not longer than 5 years ago?
It might have been a little longer than 5 years ago.
Bro was ahead of Pornhub.
Oh, man. That's not okay. That's not okay. That is just fucked up. That's
absolutely not, dude.
Fucking raising this girl, and now he's saying I always wanted to fuck her, but I thought I was her dad. What the fuck, Marty Jannetty?
Dude, that's what happens when you smack cocaine, but then you're now an indie wrestler, and now you gotta smoke a little bit of meth to catch a buzz, man. Ooh, man, I'm just itching. I don't know why. I love the Rockers. I don't know.
So he suffered
fuck up.
He's a fuck up. Absolute fuck up. He started at the exact same spot as Shawn Michaels. Look where Shawn Michaels went. Look where he ended up.
Dude, they thought Marty Jannetty was going to be bigger than Shawn Michaels.
Could have been. They were both exactly as talented. They were both doing these inside-out bumps before anyone else was, flipping around and bumping around and doing it. You can do anything Shawn Michaels could do, Marty Jannetty could do. The problem is, Marty Jannetty's a fuck-up.
You know what? You know what, though, man? I'm glad he's a fuck-up because we got Shawn Michaels for so long.
Yeah.
We really, honestly, like, think about that for a second. Like, when Jannetty jumped through the barbershop window, he then came back, won the IC title from Michaels.
Yeah.
Here's
the thing. That storyline was awarded the PWI, I believe it was. It might have been Wrestling Observer. It was awarded the feud. It was awarded the feud of the year before it had completed. Then, what's that?
Dave Meltzer?
I'm not sure. It was either PWI or Wrestling Observer.
Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, if it was Wrestling Observer, it was Dave Meltzer. Bottom line is it was awarded feud of the year before it had even completed. And unfortunately, it didn't get completed because Marty Jannetty was such a fuck up.
Yeah.
He basically went home and never came back. Last fucking time he was back, I think, was 2010. They gave him another run, and they said, all right, we want you to fucking do this and that.
I want you to think about that for a second, fuckface.
Sure.
2010.
Yeah.
Dude,
10 years ago.
You had already been to Calgary and back.
Yeah.
I want you to think about that. I was already retired as a bouncer.
Yeah.
2010.
Yeah, man.
Dude, that is an absolute fucking joke.
Mm-hmm. He comes back, gets one last run. Let's go for nostalgia. Fucks that up too.
Yeah, but they can't handle that, man. They really honestly can't handle. They can't handle the fame. I don't know what happens with big. And I'm not saying we're going to be famous, but I'm hoping it wouldn't change us. If we had 300 million, if we had 3 million viewers or 3 million subscribers on YouTube and our Facebook page blew up and stuff, I hope it wouldn't change us.
I know.
Like I probably have a better background. I have a better background. But like my house would be paid off and stuff. Like that's about it. Yeah. But like I don't. But these guys though, 365, 366. Fucking Tommy, can you put that up as a highlight, please?
Sure. We're wrapping up the show, but
we are wrapping up the
Tommy,
show.
Tommy, thanks for coming on. Tommy, thank you for coming on, man. I always love having you on the show, or anytime we can work together. I love it.
Tommy, I think that people, when people watch this back, and I'm going to watch this back tonight. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I'm not a sentimental guy, but like you really shined a light for me on the stuff that you go through. You're the true guy. Thanks for taking the time with us.
Yeah,
we're a couple of babbling assholes. I really appreciated what you had.
I'm not, but Shawn Michaels.
I am. But I really appreciated what you had to say, man. And I hope the wrestling part of it, you'll enjoyed it. The highlight of my week is having you on the show. Yeah, and man. I really enjoyed your insight.
Even though I had to twist your arm to let you do it.
No, because then once I read his post, I kind of realized that I wanted to have him in. I think that Tommy's an amazing human being. And I think that if we had a world of Tommys, I think the world would be a better place.
All right. But that sentimental stuff's out of the way.
I want to go back to the Marty Jannetty stuff. They were wrestling 365 days a year.
Yeah.
366 on a leap year. They were putting their bodies through the stuff you would watch. You'd watch it on TV. You would go to like your local arena. They would do the exact same match. You'd be like, wow, I just watched this match basically. Same finish, same everything like that because it was a syndication. Mm-hmm. Every day they're landing on these hard rings.
Yeah.
Dude, traveling for 365 days a year. You get cranky when you don't see your wife or your girlfriend for...
You got to do drugs.
You got to do drugs. Oh, dude, and not only that, like you're getting paid like I think back then, like some of the guys were making, you're making $2,000 a house show.
I don't know those
but let's just okay. But if you're on the A show and Hogan's out with you and stuff like that, like you're living a little bit better of a life. But if you're on the C end where you're going to like North Bay, Sudbury, all these little fucking the Sioux Arena, and you're doing like all these little shitty towns like Shawinigan and all this, you're like, I'm making fucking money. If you're with Hulk Hogan, like you're making money because you're doing like MSG, Sky Dome, ACC, Maple Leaf Gardens, the Forums. You're doing all this shit back then. Dude, you're making some money. Oh, what are you going to do? Now I'm a tag team champion. I have to be with Hogan now. As if not, though, I'm on the B tour, which is like Sudbury, some of the big things. I'm the top rank on that because I got a belt. So I'm making money on that. When you're on the C team, like, you're not doing shit. 18 of you is in a car, all this shit, but, like, you imagine those guys partying? And then, like, not only that, like, if you're with Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant, they ain't paid for shit. Vince McMahon is out of pocket. Like, fuck this. I got to keep these guys happy.
That's not true. A lot of times the champion would buy a round of drinks for everyone or whatever.
Andre's always been, like, legends about that. Like, the only reason he would never let you buy a drink because he would drink the most.
That's fair.
Right? Like, and every time we go to a bar, put his fucking pop on my tab. You don't drink. It doesn't make sense. You go, let me buy you a drink. Been a while. I'm like, no, fuck, dude. I'm $10 a drink.
To be fair, they usually don't charge me for my pop.
It's usually on my fucking tab, you asshole.
Oh, well, thanks.
Unless they give the DD alcohol, then I got to fight the bouncer at the Moose.
Oh, I didn't know we were going to get into that story.
that story, but like
so one time, Jean-Marc bought me a drink.
Okay, hang on. Let me just give some context here. So I was a bouncer at a bar. I was a bouncer at a bar. That was like our competition. They weren't really competition. They just really fucking hated me, and I understand. I understand why, because I'm an asshole. I could agree with that 110%. But there were things in life back then, and we're not going to tell I'm not telling every story because my wife will divorce me.
Okay. Your wife doesn't know.
Not a lot about the fighting. Like, she knows I'm a bit of a legend in North Bay because everybody else used to tell her on what kind of guy I was.
Sure.
If I could tell the story from my point of view, and then you could kind of come in, because like this story really like fucking just drives me crazy.
Okay, go on.
We go to the bar. We go to a bar. I'm not going to say the bar because the bar owner is a fantastic human being, and I love the bar owner. We go to a bar. I ask for a double rye and Coke and a short. Still drinking them to today. And a Coke, a cola for the DD. So I got this fucking mug of, I don't have a mug close to me, but I got a mug of pop. This is for the DD. Slides it over. Okay, here's your double rye and Coke. The bartender has a bit of a chuckle. I slide Adam his drink. Boom. I take a sip of mine. Adam thinks I did it because I'm an asshole. Punches me right in the back. Oh,
that's not true.
Push me. You might have pushed me. And you said there's fucking alcohol in here. Yeah. Now, with our friendship and you being the DD, I know better than to give you alcohol. If I'm giving you alcohol, it's at a fucking house party. You know that. But I wouldn't do that to you because I respect you as a human being. So that's completely out of the thing. So then I yell at the bartender.
Remember, I get to tell my version of this story, though, right? So don't bury yourself too much right now.
I yell at the bartender, and I go, fuck this guy. I go, hey, fuckface. I said it was for the DD, and you gave him alcohol. And he had a bit of a chuckle and said, you're fucking out of here. I said, you don't have enough fucking staff. Get me fucking out of here. He come around. Did he not come around the corner on this one? Did he not come around the bar?
I don't know.
Did he jump over the bar? Come around?
It all happened so quick. It was like a fucking blink of an eye.
All I remember was the bouncer grabbing me and trying to choke me out, and I just started throwing hands at him. And then the big fuckface who didn't work there, literally, I could probably, like, by me telling this story, and if you're even close, half those guys could probably still be charged because he threw me against the truck. So the bouncer grabs me because the bartender's a fucking cunt. And I like the bouncer, but I was like, dude, I didn't do anything. Like, literally, your bouncer is trying to get my DD drunk. And he said he wouldn't do that. And he was throwing me out. I said, get the fuck off me. I'm going to walk myself out. Then the bouncer fucking grabbed me by the throat with his hand. And I was like, nah, it's not going to fucking happen. So I threw hands at him. And then the big fuck who didn't work there, he threw me into the fucking corner of the truck. And the North Bay police showed up.
Okay.
And you know what the cop said?
What's that?
No, because you asked for a non-alcoholic drink, you should have considered that a great thing from the bouncer because he gave you free alcohol. And because that guy was played on my football team, the bouncer, that's a no-go. And the other guy is the security guard for North Bay. He's not getting in shit. So if anything, you're going to jail. And I was like, I literally had half a drink. Literally, I don't even think we were drinking that night. We went out to the bar. And that's how crooked North Bay cops are. I was like, really? I was like, because next time you and I have an incident and you're in my place, yeah, I'm like, it ain't going to go well for you, my friend. And he said, really? I said, you got to think about what you just told me. Now you tell your story.
My version of the story is Jean-Marc goes up to the bar. He's buying everyone drinks, buys me a Diet Pepsi, hands it to me, and I fucking walk away. Oh, thanks, man. I take a drink, and I go, there's absolutely alcohol in this. And I immediately flash back to the last time Jean-Marc put alcohol in my drink, and I lose my fucking shit. I go, what the fuck? You didn't realize last time I got pissed off at you not to put alcohol in my drink?
Okay, now that you say that, this just went ding.
Yeah.
Complete joke.
Not a joke to me, sir. Not a joke to me. My sobriety is not a joke.
To me, it was a joke.
Yeah, my sobriety is not a joke.
Were you angry? And that's what I learned my lesson. Because there are 3 people in this world that I do not like pissing off. There is you, Luke, you know what, and my wife. But I like pissing my wife off because she gets mad, stops your foot. I think it's cute. But continue.
Okay. So I see fucking red. I go, ah ha ha, real fucking funny. To be honest, I didn't want to spit the drink out because I wanted somebody else to be able to fucking have it. Might as well not spoil fucking alcohol. But finally I was like, fuck it. I spit it out in this drink. I don't even know what the fuck I did with it. And I go up to Jean-Marc. I start screaming in his face. I go, what the fuck, man? I can't believe you would do this twice. First time I freak out on you. It's not enough of a big deal. Jean-Marc goes, what are you talking about? I go, you put fucking alcohol in my drink. He goes, no, I didn't. I didn't put alcohol in my drink.
Yeah,
That asshole spiked your drink. He turns around, and I'm going, oh, this is like, now I'm starting to feel bad that I blame Jean-Marc for something he didn't do, even though he did it before to me. But I still start to feel bad. Before I could even say, you know what, don't worry about it, Jean-Marc's knocking the fucking bouncer out.
Well,
beating up the bouncers, beating up the bartenders.
Boy, you're not spiking. Dude, that's my job.
Yeah.
My job is to joke on you.
There you go.
You cocksucker.
The sign that somebody is your brother is it's okay for me to do it to him, but not for you to do it to him.
Absolutely. If I want to fucking smack you in the nuts playing a game, that cocksucker across the bar comes and smacks in the nuts, I'm going to smack him in the face. You know that, and I proved it. But the North Bay City Crooked Police fucked me completely over, and I'm like, fuck this place. And I don't want to get into the bar because I know the owner, and the owner actually is a fucking great human being. And I just think that manager, I don't even know what he's doing anymore. Every time I see that manager, even though like that bartender, every time I see him, even if he posts on a common friends thing, I give him one of these every fucking time because of that issue.
I don't even know who it is. So
I can, but I won't say his name on the internet.
Maybe let me know. All right, we're gonna end the show, but I want to show this one comment right here. If you want to read that.
I used to assume Marty Jannetty was part Italian, and now that I see the spelling, no J and no Y in Italian.
And how stupid he is to brag about his body hiding skills. Definitely 100% not Italian. All right,
No,
Rob.
No, I'm not going to say. I don't want to say anything.
We don't.
But I may have seen some things.
Wonderful comment, Mr. Perota. Thank you.
Just so we're aware, Adam still has information on the Clintons.
All right, guys. Wonderful show.
Tommy, thank you for coming, man. You're my fucking guy now. I love you. Anytime we got to get together, we're going to do this, man. I love you. Have a good day.
All right. Wonderful show. See you next time.